Fun fact. Not much to say, really. This is an auto S tier. What makes him so special is RC's draft. RC is so, like, the way he takes draft, like, it's so literal. The way he drafts an MPL or an MSC. It's like whatever the picks are that are good, we go for it first. When Arla's open, we go for Arla. When Arla's not open, we go for Zusin. When Zusin's not open, we go for Lancelot. It really, dude, RC is just so simple. Like, the route he has as a coach is the route he decides to take in every single draft. It's just so intelligent. It's so clean and very honest. But when you have a lineup this good, why try gimmick picks? Why try, bullshit picks when they can perform on the great picks? Yeah, best XP ever, in my opinion, individually. No other XP has been able to reach the heights of Sanford. I've been saying this since M4. So, yeah, this guy has always been best XP. Oheb, really good addition to the lineup. Consistency and composure he has is ridiculous. The clutch as well. He really lives in the clutch, dude. That steal against Onic with Moskov saved the game and got them the win. Don't need to say anything about these guys, right? We know how good they are. This team, I think, will shock a lot of people this season. Mirko is, all right, now this could be a hot take, okay, guys? As an individual player, individually, I would still put Karltzy number 1 after what we've seen from M6 and MSC, but I would say number 2 goal laner in the world. This is going to be, I know a lot of Oheb fans are going to be mad. Oheb, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to say that you're not as good, but I'm going to have to be honest here. I think individually, Super Mirko is the second best goal laner in the world. Individually, right? When you add in the team, I think Oheb actually skyrockets over Karltzy because he plays for the team perfectly. He's the guy that you would want as a goal laner in a team that already works, like a team that has multiple carries, like tlph. But when a team needs a hyper carry, I think this is where Mirko really steps in. This guy is ridiculous. I have rated him high ever since I've seen him, and in M5 especially, called him the best goal laner. He ended up winning the whole tournament. So, Twisted Minds, they added a few 9 Lives members. They still have MP the King. I don't know how to rate this lineup, if I'm being honest with you. I really don't know how to rate this lineup. This is, like, for me, just a question mark lineup. They've taken a risk by going for rookie players, 9 Lives, but not going for the full team. Technically, still keeping some of the good parts of the previous lineup. MP is really good. I rate him. He's a great jungler. So let's see how he does with this team. But again, I think it's more of a question mark for me. Now, AP Bren, because they've had experience from last season and now they've added Aqua and Lord JM, I think this team could actually shock a lot of people this season too. I think they could make it to playoffs. Now, oh my god. Do I have to say this every season? There's always a lineup that, like, makes me say this is the worst lineup. I think Omega might have, like, I hope this comes back to bite me because I really don't want to see Haji not make it to playoffs. I don't really see this lineup as being like a contender. They're probably, like, maybe they make it to playoffs, but out of the other teams, I think this is the most kind of like meh lineup in my opinion. They're just taking everyone that they've seen in the past, and they're just clumping up all together. It looks like a lineup that are made from scraps. So I'm sorry, I'm Omega. Again, no hate against Omega or any of these players. Haji's my boy. I really root for him. So I would love to see this comeback, homecoming back to Omega, like, to be him finally doing well again. TNC Pro Team, same. Actually, you know what? Oh my lord. Because they have Benny and Zyda, I think these guys are like, I really rate these guys. Benny and Zyda are really good. Chaknu, inactive. I don't know how good he is. I don't want to be mean. I really don't want to be mean to the players, man. But I don't think this lineup is... I don't think this lineup's good. I really don't. I think TNC might be back to no playoffs. Onic Philippines. Yeah. Keeping the same lineup, adding Ryota into the lineup here. And I like the fact that they didn't change much. Because in MSC... if I'm being honest with you, I think a lot of the games were lost from the draft. Why not is amazing, and the team is amazing when they have the meta around them. Like in M6, the meta was just perfect for them. Suyo Joy was meta, right? And then King Kong could just take over games every single game. But in MSC, the meta right now we have too, it isn't really all that about the jungle. The jungle is still good whenever you get Lancelot, Yi Sun Shin. You can really still carry the games like you did. But even then, you get limited just because of the delay of the minion creep spawns in the jungle. And that's why you don't see King Kong's rotation to be as good as it was in M6. In M6, you could always just be like 2 levels ahead, 1 level ahead by Turtle 1. Now, because of the changes and the delay in the jungle creep spawns, it's always kind of equal for the jungle. That's why utility jungle is back. You can always match up, and the mid control is just so much better. All right, let me just explain it slowly. Because of the delay in the jungle, mid lane has now more time to get level 2 before you finish your jungle. And then this basically stops invades from happening, because when your mid lane is already strong enough level 2, you can hold off, and if the enemy team walks into the enemy jungle, it becomes more of 50-50 compared to usually back in the day. If you have a fast clearing jungle plus a stronger mid laner level 1 to 2, you can just go and invade and take everything. That was how Onic Philippines, took control of almost every single game. That's no longer the case, and that's also why Brusco really liked Khalid back in the day. It was literally just Khalid Cho, right? Why? Because they would honestly just go for mid prio. They would very brutally honestly go for mid prio. They would be like, all right, we cleared level 1 super fast so that King Kong can have a fast pace jungle clear into the enemy jungle, invading and getting the advantage. So that doesn't work anymore. King Kong needs to adapt to utility jungle. I think the team as a whole just needs to adapt to utility jungle. Like Kirk needs to adapt to carry picks. King Kong needs to adapt to utility jungle. Kelra and friends can stay the same. Brusco needs to tone it down on aggression because, again, it's utility jungle. So, really good lineup. If I'm being honest, really good lineup. I honestly think Light will fit in this team really well. This could be like the missing light for the Northern Lights to perform. They need light. Edward is very, very solid as usual. He's good on both. He's kind of like the Karltzy of XP, where he's good on both enablers and carries. I still rate Sanford over him, by the way, but this guy is so balanced, dude. Like, he's so good at just everything. Sanford is better than him on carry picks, but when you put Edward on like enablers, he does well. When you put him on carries, he does well. The team usually falls off last seasons and the previous seasons when he doesn't do well. So just goes to show how important of a role he has. So right now, I think S tier, we have tlph, Falcons, Aurora. I'm sorry, Onic PH, but because of their performance in MSC, I'm going to put them in A tier, not S tier.